Hello, everyone. Let me ask you something. How many times have you told yourself, I'll do it tomorrow? How many mornings have you hit the snooze button, promising yourself just 5 more minutes? How many dreams, goals, or opportunities have you let slip because you thought, I'll start when I feel ready? Here's the hard truth that ready feeling, it's not coming. If you're waiting for motivation to show up and knock on your door, you might be waiting your entire life. Laziness isn't about being incapable. It's about letting your mind convince you that comfort is better than progress. But here's the good news, you are not stuck. You are not powerless. And you are certainly not a lazy person. Laziness is a habit. Like any habit, it can be broken. So tonight I want to give you a battle plan, a way to take charge and kill your laziness before it kills your potential. Act before you feel ready. Let me tell you a secret. Most people think that successful individuals have some kind of magical motivation or readiness switch. They don't. The truth is, nobody feels 100% ready when they're about to do something big, challenging, or new. Waiting to feel ready is a trap. It's procrastination disguised as preparation. Here's why your brain is wired to keep you safe. It loves routine, comfort, and predictability. The moment you think about stepping into the unknown, your brain triggers resistance. That resistance is the little voice saying, what if you fail? What if you embarrass yourself? What if you're not good enough? But here's the flip side. Readiness doesn't come before action. It's the result of action. Think about it. Did you feel ready the first time you learned to drive? Probably not, but you did it anyway, and over time it became second nature. Did you feel ready the first day of a new job? Likely no, but showing up and diving in gave you the confidence to grow. The only way to overcome that initial hesitation is to take action, no matter how small. Starting doesn't require you to be perfect or have all the answers, it just requires you to move. How to act before you feel ready. Count down and go. When you feel hesitation creeping in, give yourself a countdown, -5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move. This simple trick cuts through overthinking and forces you to take action before fear holds you back. Start ugly. You don't need the perfect plan, tools, or conditions to begin. Just start, even if it's messy. Progress always beats perfection. Ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? Fear inflates risk. Most of the time, the worst case scenario is far less dramatic than you think. Acknowledge it and then ask, is that really enough to stop me? Reframe failure. Instead of seeing failure as the end, see it as feedback. Every mistake you make is a step closer to success. Acting before you're ready teaches you lessons you can't learn from sitting still. Borrow courage from your future self. Picture the version of you who has already succeeded. That person wouldn't wait to feel ready, they'd take action. Channel their confidence and move forward as if you're already that person. The payoff. When you start acting before you feel ready, you begin to build confidence, momentum, and a track record of progress. Each small win reinforces the belief that you're capable. Over time, what once felt daunting becomes your new normal. So the next time you catch yourself waiting for motivation or permission, remind yourself ready isn't coming, but I can start anyway. He said. Own your mornings, expand this point. ChatGPT said. ChatGPT. Own your mornings. Mornings are the launch pad for your entire day. How you begin those first waking moments has a ripple effect on your focus, energy, and productivity. If you want to kill laziness, the morning is where the battle begins. I Think about it when you hit snooze repeatedly, scroll through your phone aimlessly, or rush out the door in a panic. You're starting your day in reactive mode. You're letting the world dictate your mood and momentum. But when you take control of your mornings, you put yourself in charge of the day. Why mornings matter? Your willpower and focus are at their peak in the morning. It's the time when your brain is fresh, distractions are minimal, and you have the most control over your environment. By owning your mornings, you create a foundation for productivity and success, no matter what challenges come later. How to own your mornings. Win the alarm battle. The first decision you make every day is whether to get up or stay in bed. Stop hitting snooze. It's a lazy habit that sets a tone of procrastination. Put your alarm across the room if you have to, and when it goes off, get up immediately. Create a morning ritual. Successful mornings don't happen by accident. They're designed. Develop a simple routine that energizes and centers you. This could include movement stretch. Do yoga or exercise to wake up your body. Mindfulness. Spend a few minutes meditating or journaling to clear your mind. Planning. Review your priorities and set intentions for the day. Start with one win. Begin your day by accomplishing something small. It could be making your bed, drinking a glass of water, or reading for 5 minutes. That small win creates momentum and gives you a sense of achievement right away. Avoid morning traps. Don't check your phone or email first thing. These are distractions that pull you into reactive mode and waste precious time. Instead, focus on yourself and your priorities before engaging with the outside world. Set a power hour. Use the first hour of your day for deep, focused work on something important to you. It could be a passion project, learning a new skill, or tackling a challenging task. This creates a sense of progress and purpose that fuels the rest of your day. Be consistent. Morning routines only work if you stick to them. Consistency builds discipline, and discipline kills laziness. Even if you only have 15 minutes, stick to your plan. It's better than doing nothing. Shrink the task. When you're facing a big task, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. You stare at the mountain of work ahead, and your brain goes into avoidance mode. It's not that you're incapable, it's that the sheer size of the task feels unmanageable. The solution? Shrink the task. Shrinking the task is about breaking down big, intimidating goals into small, actionable steps. It's about making progress feel achievable so you can get started instead of getting stuck. Why shrinking works. Your brain is wired to seek quick wins and avoid stress. When a task feels too large, your brain perceives it as a threat and triggers procrastination. But when you shrink the task into bite-sized pieces, it feels manageable, and you're more likely to dive in. Starting small builds momentum, and momentum kills laziness. How to shrink the task. Break it into micro tasks. Take the big task and break it down into the smallest possible steps. For example, if your goal is to write a book, don't think about the entire manuscript. Focus on writing one paragraph, outlining one chapter, or even just jotting down ideas for 5 minutes. Focus on one step at a time. Forget about the finish line for now. All you need to do is complete the next small step. This approach keeps you from feeling paralyzed by the big picture. Set time blocks. Commit to working on the task for a short, defined period, minus 10, 15, or 30 minutes. Knowing you only have to work for a limited time reduces the mental resistance to starting. Use checklists to track progress. Write down each small step as a checklist. Checking off even one item gives you a dopamine boost and motivates you to keep going. Ask yourself, what's the easiest thing I can do right now? Identify the simplest, least intimidating part of the task and start there. For example, if you're cleaning the house, start with just one corner of a room or picking up 5 items. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge every step you complete, no matter how small. This reinforces the habit of taking action and makes the process feel rewarding. Example of shrinking the task. Let's say you need to prepare a presentation. Instead of stressing about the entire project, break it down like this. Step 1, brainstorm 3 key points. Step 2, create a title slide. Step 3, find one image to use in the presentation. Step 4, write an introduction for slide 1. Create a no-excuse environment. Your environment has a powerful influence on your behavior. If you're surrounded by distractions, clutter, or habits that make procrastination easy, it's no wonder laziness creeps in. No-excuse environment eliminates those triggers and sets you up for action, focus, and success. Here's the bottom line. If your surroundings are working against you, it doesn't matter how motivated you are, your environment will win. The good news? You can design an environment that supports productivity and kills laziness. Why environment matters. Your brain responds to cues around you. A cluttered desk, a distracting phone, or a couch calling your name can derail your focus before you even begin. But a clear, organized, and intentionally designed space sends a message: this is a place for action, not excuses. By creating a no-excuse environment, you make it harder to procrastinate and easier to stay productive. How to create a no-excuse environment. Declutter and organize. Remove anything that doesn't serve your purpose in the space where you work or focus. A clean, organized space helps clear your mind and reduces the mental load of distractions. Set up tools in advance. Make sure everything you need is within reach and ready to go. Example, if you're planning to exercise, lay out your workout clothes and gear the night before. If you're working on a project, open the necessary files or programs in advance. Eliminate distractions. Identify the things that most often pull your attention away and remove or limit them. Tips. Turn off notifications on your phone or put it in another room. Block distracting websites using apps like Freedom or Stay Focused. Let others know when you need uninterrupted time. Designate a purpose-driven space. Specific areas for specific activities, for example, a desk or table for work. A corner for reading or relaxing. A separate area for eating, not in front of a screen. Associating spaces with specific activities conditions your brain to focus when you're in those areas. Prepare for productivity. Set up your environment to make starting as easy as possible. Example, if you're writing, have a notebook or computer ready and open to a blank document. If you're studying, gather all your materials so you don't have to get up repeatedly. Use visual reminders. Place motivational quotes, checklists, or images of your goals where you can see them. These serve as constant reminders of what you're working toward and why it matters. Make procrastination inconvenient. Increase the effort required to engage in lazy habits, for instance. Hide the TV remote or unplug the television. Store junk food in hard-to-reach places. Remove games or distracting apps from your phone. And surround yourself with accountability. Share your goals with people who will hold you accountable. Example, work in a co-working space, join a study group, or have an accountability partner check in with you regularly. Leverage the 2-minute rule. When faced with a task, our natural tendency is often to overthink or put it off until later, but here's a simple hack that eliminates procrastination before it starts. If something takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. The 2-minute rule is a powerful productivity tool because it removes decision fatigue and creates instant momentum. Instead of delaying small tasks or feeling overwhelmed by larger ones, this rule pushes you into action, transforming your day one quick win at a time. Why the 2-minute rule works. It beats procrastination. Often, the hardest part of any task is simply starting. By focusing on tasks that take only a couple of minutes, you eliminate the mental resistance that leads to procrastination. It builds momentum. Action creates energy. Completing a small task gives you a dopamine boost, which motivates you to tackle the next task and keep moving forward. It stops the snowball effect. Small, unattended tasks can pile up and feel overwhelming. Knocking them out immediately prevents them from becoming a bigger problem later. How to use the 2-minute rule? Handle quick tasks immediately. Examples. Respond to a short email. Put dishes in the dishwasher. File a document. Take out the trash. If a task will take less than 2 minutes, do it right away instead of adding it to a list or leaving it undone. Start larger tasks with a 2-minute action. Not every task can be finished in 2 minutes, but most can start in 2 minutes. Example, if you need to write a report, spend 2 minutes jotting down the main ideas. If you need to clean a room, spend 2 minutes clearing just one section. Starting small reduces the intimidation factor of larger tasks. Create a chain reaction. Often, starting with a 2-minute task leads you to keep going. For instance, folding one shirt can lead to folding the whole laundry pile, or writing one sentence can lead to finishing a page. Set a timer for focused bursts. If you're struggling to get started, set a timer for 2 minutes and commit to working until it goes off. You'll often find yourself wanting to keep going once you're in the flow. Examples of 2-minute actions. Help drink a glass of water, stretch, or do 10 push-ups. Work, send a follow-up email, organize your desk, or review your daily priorities. Personal growth, read one paragraph of a book or journal for 2 minutes. Home, pick up 5 items in a messy room or wipe down the kitchen counter. Turn discipline into a game. Discipline often gets a bad reputation. It's seen as rigid, boring, or even punishing. But what if I told you discipline could be fun? What if sticking to your goals felt more like a challenge you're excited to tackle rather than a chore you dread? That's the power of turning discipline into a game. When you gamify your habits and goals, you engage your brain's reward system. You tap into your natural desire for achievement and competition, making it easier and more enjoyable to stay consistent and motivated. Why gamifying discipline works? It makes progress visible. Games have clear feedback points, levels, and rewards. When you see your progress in real time, it motivates you to keep going. It adds immediate rewards. Your brain loves instant gratification. Gamifying discipline gives you small, frequent rewards that make the process feel satisfying. It turns work into play. Games are fun even when they're challenging. Framing your tasks as a game shifts your mindset from have to want to. How to turn discipline into a game. Set specific goals and metrics. Define what success looks like and how you'll measure it. Example, write 500 words a day or exercise for 20 minutes. Clear targets give you something to aim for, just like in a game. Track your streaks. Use a calendar app or notebook to track how many consecutive days you stick to your habit. Seeing a long streak builds momentum, you won't want to break it. Apps like Abitica or Streaks can make this even more interactive. Assign points to tasks. Give yourself points for completing tasks or hitting milestones. Example. Completing a small task, 1 point. Completing a big task, 5 points. At the end of the week, add up your points and reward yourself based on your score. Create rewards and penalties. Rewards motivate you to succeed, and penalties keep you accountable. Example. Reward, treat yourself to a movie or favorite snack if you hit your weekly goal. Penalty, donate to a cause you don't like if you miss your target. Compete with yourself or others. Challenge yourself to beat your own record. Can you complete the task faster, better, or more consistently this week than last? Or involve friends or family in the challenge. A little friendly competition adds excitement and accountability. Level up your habits. Treat each week or month like a level in a game. Start small, and as you master a habit, level up by making it slightly harder. Example, start with 5 minutes of exercise, then increase to 10 minutes, then 15. Use visual cues. Create a progress chart, checklist, or leaderboard to track your achievements. Example, use a jar and add a marble for every completed task. Watching the jar fill up is a simple but satisfying reward. Celebrate milestones. Acknowledge and celebrate when you reach significant milestones. Example, completing 30 days of a habit might earn you a day off, a new gadget, or a special meal. Examples of gamified discipline in action. Fitness track, how many workouts you complete each week. Earn points for each session and reward yourself with new gear when you hit 100 points. Turn your daily tasks into a checklist with point values. Try to beat your high score each day. Learning, set a goal to learn 10 new words a week. Every time you use one in a sentence, give yourself a bonus point. Household chores, turn cleaning into a timed race or challenge. Can you finish the kitchen in under 15 minutes?